Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'll be sharing with you how to cut this stylish trouser or palazzo pants with this design on it. So if this is something you like, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into today's video. So first I'm going to go ahead to mark my basic measurement. First I'll start with the total length of my trouser, so I'll be using this pattern paper as the full length of my trouser. After that I'll go ahead to mark my waist to hip point. So for the trouser I'm using 10 inches for my waist to hip point. Next is your waist to knee point, and mine is 21 inches, and I'll go ahead to mark. After I'm done marking, I'll go ahead to draw a straight line at those points. So the next step you want to take is to go ahead to mark my hip circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch. You're going to mark it on your hip point, and after you're done marking that, you're going to draw out a straight line. So you go ahead and also take the same measurement at the upper part of your pattern, and you're going to place a ruler and connect, drawing a straight line at this point. So the next step you want to take is to mark your front crotch extension, and to get that is your hip circumference divided by 4, and that measurement again that you have, go ahead to divide it by 4. Let's say your hip is 40 divided by 4, you're going to have 10. So that 10 inches, you divide it by 4 again, what you're going to have is 2.5 inches. So next you're going to mark your crotch depth, and to get that is your hip circumference divided by 4, or you're going to sit on a wooden surface and mark. But mine is also on my hip point. My hip is 40 divided by 4, which gives me the same 10 inches. So even if I sit on a hard surface and measure, I will also still get 10.25, which is also 10 inches. So I'm just going to use that 10 inches. But if yours is below your hip point, go ahead and mark that, and you're going to draw out your crotch curve at that point. So what I have on that point, I'm going to divide it into 2. So what I have there is my hip circumference divided by 4 plus my sewing allowance of 1 inch and the crotch extension of 2.5, giving me 13.5. So that 13.5 I'm going to divide there into 2, and I will mark. And at this part on my knee also, I'll mark 13.5 divided by 2, and I'll also go ahead to mark this at the lower part of my pattern also. After I'm done marking, I'm going to go ahead to connect all those dots that I marked, and I'll connect it all the way from the upper part to the lower part. This is to help the even distribution of our measurement on both sides. So after this, the next thing you want to mark is your tie line. Your tie line is 2 inches after your crotch line. So my crotch and my hip point is the same measurement, that's why I'm using that 10 inches. So if your crotch is not the same measurement as your hip point, go ahead and measure 2 inches after your crotch. So here I'm measuring 2 inches after my crotch or my hip line, so there is also serving as my crotch. So after marking that, now we are going to insert my measurement. So let me explain. Let's say my crotch is below my hip point, let's say by 1 inch here. I'm just going to go ahead to reconnect it from this point. Then after that, my crotch length, I will go ahead to measure 2 inches after the crotch length, and that will be my thigh measurement. So my thigh measurement is 26 inches plus extra 1 inch for sewing allowance, giving me 27. So that 27 inches, I will divide it by 2, and if I divide it by 2, what I have is 13.5. So that 13.5, I will share it on both sides. So sharing 13.5 inches on both sides, I have approximately 6.75 on both sides, which I have a straight line from my front crotch extension to my thigh line. So yours might be like this or might not be exactly. So now we are moving over to our knee length. So my knee round is 19 inches plus the sewing allowance of 1 inch. so making it 20 inches. So that 20 inches now I'll divide it by 2, giving me 10 inches. So on one side of my pattern paper I will mark half of 10 inches, which is 5 inches, and on the other side I will go ahead and mark that same 5 inches on the other side. So this trouser is a bit free, so if you're making a tight trouser, you just go ahead and also measure what you have there. So after marking this now, since the trouser is a free trouser, I'll go ahead to use the same exact measurement I used on my knee, and I'll bring it all the way down. So if you want it to be a lot bigger, you can just add few inches to it. So if it's a pencil trouser you're making, you have to go ahead to take the measurement you desire round the lower part of your leg, and you're going to impute it. So now I'll just go ahead and connect my pattern starting from the upper part to the lower part. So if you notice, this trouser pattern is easy and is equally beginner friendly. So I'll just connect from the hip point I have all the way to the knee, and I'll take from the knee and I'll extend it all the way to the lower part of my pattern also. So after I'm done marking this out, we'll move over to the upper part of this pattern. If you notice, we have not measured or added the waist measurement. So what I will do now is my waist measurement, I'll mark ½ inch inwards from my pattern, and from there I'll now take my waist measurement divided by 4 and add 1 inch, making it 8 inches. So the reason why we took out that ½ inch in front before marking the measurement is for the side of our trouser to blend with the hip point, to avoid it having ear at that side. So I'll just go ahead and connect this all the way to the hip point, and after that I'll connect from that ½ inch back to the front crotch of the trouser. So this is what I have, and I'll go ahead to also mark this out. But before marking this out, in front of the trouser crotch I'll be going up with ½ inch. This is to make the crotch of the trouser at the lower part sit up very well and not have like folding when you put on your trouser at the crotch area. So I'll place back my tape and make sure that what I have on my waistline is 8 inches. So after that I'll just go in with my marker and I'll go ahead to outline the rest of my pattern. So if you find this video very interesting and educative, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, leave your comment at the comment section. If you also have any question, also leave it at the comment section. So after cutting out my trouser, we are going to cut out the front part. So for the front part I'll be adding 2.5 inches, so you can add 2 to 2.5 inches on top. This is for the butt or sitting allowance. So in front I'll be marking 2 inches for my crotch extension, and here also I'll mark 2 inches. Now I'll just connect it down straight to that line, and I'll go ahead to draw out the crotch curve here. So I know my crotch curve is not really looking nice, but go ahead to just draw yours out. So after I'm done drawing this, I'm going to go ahead to come down by ½ inch, and I will reconnect. This is for the back side of your trouser to relax very well. So what I have here is 8 inches now. I'll go ahead to tilt my tape this way, and where I have 8 inches I will mark. So from that point I will raise my pattern this way and make a point, then make a point at my hip, and I will connect from that point all the way down to my hip. So after I'm done marking this is so that when you're joining your trouser at the back, it won't also have ear, and the back part of your trouser won't look bigger than the front. So here I'll also add 1 inch for the front extension. Don't add more than 1 inch here, if not it will be looking as if the back part of your trouser is bigger than the front part of your trouser. Even if you want to add, go ahead and use 1.5 inches. So I'll just go ahead and connect this all the way to the lower part, and I will be tracing out the shape at the back. So this is basically how to just cut a basic trouser pattern or a palazzo pant. So I'll just go ahead and cut out and trace the rest of my pattern. So for the band of the trouser, go ahead to measure your waistline and add your zipper allowance for it also. So now the next step is to cut out the design we have in front. So this design comes in two ways. If this design extends only to the hip point, you're going to actually join it to the sides of the front pattern before joining to the back. But if the design cuts across the back, you're going to be cutting out two pieces of this, or you're going to cut it on fold, and then you're going to join it to your trouser after you're done sewing. That is, after you're done sewing, you're now going to attach it to the waist of your trouser. So now you're going to mark your waist at that point, mark your hip plus extra 1 inch ease for the side, and also add a sewing allowance. Then go ahead to cut out. So just like I said, you're going to actually attach this to the band of the waist of the trouser before attaching your band, if you want this design to go all the way around. But if you want it to stay in front, you can just go ahead to attach it to the front part of your trouser before joining the sides of your trouser, and then go ahead to join the band on it. So with this we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Join us in our next video, and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button.